Now, here's an unboxing that I've been wanting to get to for a while now. I'm mostly a loose collector, and I've really wanted this vehicle in my collection for a while. There's a lot of history with this vehicle as well. So, since I'm gonna unbox it, I might as well do it in a video. Let's look at Sergeant Savage 1994 Iron Panther tank. Take a good look at this box before we open it up. I always loved the Sergeant Savage box art, the black box. It's got that John Kubert artwork on it. It's got the GI Joe with the bullet holes in it. There's just something very striking about this artwork. The red, white, and blue, the orange and the red against the black. And then on the back, you see all the usual stuff. File card for the character, the Iron Anvil figure, shows all the features of the vehicle. Just really awesome box art. Remember, this stuff comes from a different time when there were a lot of toys in the toy stores on the aisles, and this is when brands were at maximum competition with one another, trying to get children's attention. And I gotta say, these colors on the black box, just very striking. And again, that John Kubert art is just fantastic. I want to take a quick second to say thanks to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, thanks for checking out this video, and maybe hit the subscribe button on your way out. Also, don't forget, I live stream every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. You never know who's going to be on one of my streams. Let's take this sucker over to the table and open it up. Oh, really quick. I wanted to let everyone know that in the description for this video, I'm going to put links to Articulated Points video about Sergeant Savage, where Patrick Stewart does a really good job talking about all of the timelines for GI Joe, A Real American Hero, GI Joe Sergeant Savage, and GI Joe Extreme, which I'm going to be discussing in this video, and also to the Sergeant Savage video for JLS Comics, because Jesse is a master at deep diving into things, and his Sergeant Savage video is awesome. So, yeah. All right, we're back at the mat. Here we go. We're going to open the Sergeant Savage 1994 Iron Panther tank. And, there's a really interesting story behind Sergeant Savage. This line, to me, it kind of represents the turmoil that the GI Joe brand as a whole went through in the mid-90s. 1993 being A Real American Hero's second biggest year, and also being the second biggest year of the IP in general, going all the way back to 1964. So I'm just going to kind of talk about some stuff, a little bit of a JLS comic style history lesson about GI Joe, A Real American Hero, Sergeant Savage, GI Joe Extreme, and how they all sort of tie into each other as we're opening this sealed vehicle. And I'm going to try to keep this box because I really enjoy it. But one thing I will say is, it's not the fold over flap where you just cut a piece of tape. Like, it's the flap over flap. So I'm gonna try to get old school and just go along the side of it with the flat end of a butter knife here and just see if we can salvage this box a little bit. Yep, that's it. There you go. Saved it. That's all I gotta do. Flat edge of a butter knife will save your box. So, in July of 1994, Thursday, July 14th to be exact, Kirk Bazigian, who was the vice president of Boys Toys at the time, he and his team came up with the restaging of GI Joe battle plan, which kind of involved Sergeant Savage. A lot of that had to do with the fact that a Sergeant Rock movie was rumored to be happening with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Sergeant Rock. And, Hasbro just wasn't going to have that. Kirk Bazigian wasn't going to have it. So they decided, just like they headed everything else off,
that they were going to head off Sergeant Rock with Sergeant Savage. And so that's where they came up with the whole restaging of GI Joe. All right, so we got this box open, saved the box. It's in good condition. We're gonna keep this sucker off to the side. And that was Thursday, July 14th of 1994. Then Tuesday, August 16th, 1994, that's known as Black Tuesday, because that's when most of the GI Joe team found out that they were being let go. Unbeknownst to most of them. And then here's the figure. This is the Iron Anvil figure himself. Pretty good looking. He's got the Iron logo on his chest. He's got a little red shirt, unifying elements, black hat, black boots, khaki pants. Good looking figure. Nothing on the back. So we'll pull him out in a minute. On Saturday, August 20th, 1994, Sergeant Savage was announced. This line right here was announced at the Collectors Club convention. So that was only 4 days after Black Tuesday when everyone was let go. These are going to take a second. I guess I'll just keep rambling as I go. On Sunday, August 14th, 1994, unknown to the creatives behind GI Joe, to include Sergeant Savage, the decision was made that Joe was going to be moved to the Kenner team in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this was by a vice president by the name of Ginger Kent. Now, Ginger Kent worked directly for Alan Hassenfeld, and it is common knowledge that Ginger Kent has been on record saying that she utterly despised G.I. Joe. And Ginger Kent wanted G.I. Joe gone. She didn't want it like, you know, taking a hiatus or a break. Like, she wanted that brand gone from Hasbro. She absolutely did not like G.I. Joe. She was one of those war toy mentality type people within the company. In September of 1994, so not long after Ginger Kent had decided that she was going to move G.I. Joe to the Kenner team in Cincinnati, which is where we would get G.I. Joe Extreme from. Kenner started doing brainstorming sessions based off of what Ginger Kent told them she wanted. And then in November of 1994, they were already having pitch meetings for G.I. Joe Extreme. So you could see between July 14th and early November of 1994 just how much stuff was changing with G.I. Joe. Also remember, A Real American Hero was still on shelves in 1994. They had air shows, they had a whole bunch of stuff going on, and G.I. Joe was still going strong in regard to the Real American Hero line. Oh, this one is all sorts of bent. All right. Just got to use your fingers. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So you can see between July and November of 1994, with Real American Hero still on the shelves, with Sergeant Savage about to ship for Christmas to be on store shelves by the holiday season, and with the G.I. Joe Extreme brainstorming and pitch sessions going on, that's a lot going on for one IP in the span of just a couple of months. You're talking 4 months. So this vehicle, the Iron Panther tank, was originally supposed to be part of the 1995 GI Joe A Real American Hero Battle Corp Rangers line. This was supposed to be the Phantom XS1 or X-Ray Sierra 1 stealth tank, and it was going to have another version of Steeler piloting the tank. That's also why when I go to put this larger Sergeant Savage figure into the cockpit of this vehicle, they don't fit very well. Unlike other Sergeant Savage vehicles, this mold was designed for 1995 Battle Corp Rangers. There's an awesome video from Dan Klingensmith that I'm going to link in this video right up here. One of these. And you can go check that video out, and it shows the pitch reels for 1995 Battle Corp Rangers. So anyway, this is the hull of the vehicle. You can see there's space for one figure here and another figure over here. And then the main gun goes in here. And then we're just gonna put on the tracks and the barbell wheels and the main gun. So yeah, anyway, that's a lot of stuff that was going on with GI Joe. This vehicle was originally designed for Battle Corp Rangers, and now I'm gonna see if I can build this sucker without any instructions. Wish me luck.
A few minutes later.
Okay, we got one of the tracks on. You can see the barbell rollers go in here. Inside this little baggie, we have one of our little armor pieces. Got some missiles, antenna, weapons for our iron anvil, sledgehammer, shovel, both of which are removable from the vehicle. Okay, I broke down and got the instructions out for a couple of reasons. One, I want to make sure I put these barbell rollers in at the right time. And two, I kind of wanted to show it off because it's cool looking. No major blueprints with Sergeant Savage. The back is blank, and then you just kind of see this. It's a shrunk down version of a blueprint, if that's what you want to call it. And then this just slots in. This tab right here slots in there, and then you gotta loop it on here, there. Just like that. Push it down, good to go. Got one of the barbell rollers for the wheels. This is actually a lot easier to do than the HISS tank. There you go. Nice low profile on those tracks. That back panel in, just like that. Just kind of snaps down. And then it's, if you can see that, put the shovel in. It's, you know, everything's black, so it's a little hard to get some detail in here. And we'll spin the sledgehammer around. Sledgehammer's in, and then they fit just like that, boom, boom. Put on the antenna, right there. Antenna's on. Move homeboy's weapons out of the way. These are the, I guess we're gonna say driver and gunner, but these are their hatches. We're gonna put these on. These just real simple, just kind of made them up. Now they fold down, if you notice right here. So this one would go here. Right there, close that up. And it just, this thing's actually pretty in there. There we go. Pop it out. And it's on a little bit of a hinge too, so it kind of swivels out and then up and then locks in. This is really cool about this hull, where it's very smooth right here until you turn the turret, and then you see a lot of cool detail underneath there. It's pretty sweet. I like that. Same with the back. Some good detail in the back. Yeah, just like that. Nice and smooth. till you turn it. I like the angular designs of this tank. You could definitely tell how this was going to be a stealth tank, the X-Ray Sierra 1, the Phantom stealth tank for 1995 Battle Corp Rangers, but it was going to be OD green. It wasn't going to be black like this. And then we'll just get the other door in. And there we go. Other door's in. I'm going to leave this door down because they're a little hard to open and close. There, I'll just leave that door down, just like that. That's going to be for our driver. Now we're going to do the main gun. An interesting thing about this main gun, once I get this open, if you're a fan of the Transformers, does this gun look familiar at all? It should, because this is the gun from G2 Megatron. It is just repurposed for this tank right here. That's all it is. G2 Megatron's main cannon. So, yeah, good looking main gun. It's got the bore evacuator right here in the middle of the barrel. All smoothbore main guns have bore evacuators in them. Actually, you may not need to know that, but I just told you anyway. And then you just load the little missiles down in here and then fire them like that. That's it. A little firing mechanism. You just pull it, let it go. So we will put our little projectiles down in here, like so. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. Load it up. And all we do is pew, pew, pew. And we just fire away. Pretty cool looking. And again, because of the angular design of this vehicle, you can see there's little angular pieces attached to the main gun. So when it seats into the vehicle, it's going to be flush like that. I'm not going to put this on yet. I'm going to sticker it before I put this on, A, because I don't want to negligently discharge this across the room or into my eye. And B, it just makes it easier to move everything around without this, main gun hanging off the front of this vehicle. So I need to get my trusty tweezers. I always use tweezers whenever I apply stickers to a vehicle because I can make sure they're nice and straight. No problem. So we're going to speed this up. Okay, so we're done with the stickers per the instructions here. The funny thing is I have 2 leftover stickers right here. And they say Canon on them, but I checked the sticker placement diagram and sometimes it helps. I even looked at the back of the box and there's nothing on there that shows these 2 stickers. So I'm just going to take some creative liberty and I'm going to put them on the actual main gun itself. So now we're just going to seat this thing and it's pretty standard fare. Just kind of sits down in here like this. You just pop it in and then there you go. You can see it's nice and smooth. It still gets that faceted kind of feel like the doors do, but yep. Elevate the gun. Just like that. And then, boop, 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 if you want to fire any of the projectiles, but there she is. I'm going to put these last 2 stickers on and we're good to go. The vehicle's done. Now we're just going to take a look at the Iron Anvil figure. We're just going to chuck him in there. Oh, he's in a tray, huh? There we go. So here's the figure, Iron Anvil. He articulates pretty well. It's got the bicep swivel. Yeah. So, you know, it's just a Sergeant Savage figure. There you go. Iron Anvil. But aesthetically, he looks good with the vehicle. The thing is, first of all, these guys do not want to go into a seated position to save their lives. Look at this. Like, I cannot get him into a 90-degree seated position. Like, he just won't do it. Which that's not really good. It's that whole, you know, diaper crotch thing going on, but he does not want to go into a seated position whatsoever. And again, this vehicle was designed for 1995 Battle Corp Rangers for 3 3/4 inch original Real American Hero O-ring style figures. So this guy, he kind of doesn't like to go in there. So he's sort of hanging out. I'm just not going to sit him in there. I'm just going to leave it just like that. And let's give him a spin. Quick note. Why does this figure come with an American M60, also known as the Pig, which is a belt-fed, air-cooled, gas-operated 7.62 millimeter machine gun, and then he comes with that. To me, that looks like a 5.56 Commando. It's interesting that he comes with NATO allied weapons when clearly they are not an allied force. Anyway, back to it.
There you have it. That's a look at the 1994 GI Joe Sergeant Savage Iron Panther tank with Iron Anvil figure. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to take a look at the videos linked in the description below. And don't worry about it. Pretty soon we're going to get into this sucker. And this is the Sergeant Savage Grizzly SS1 Jeep. And then we're going to unbox that sucker. So what'd you think? Is it Joe? Is it not? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Have an awesome day. That's a look at the no. Get up and do something, Skid Mark. Whatever.